Last time on Carl and Jenny's sailing adventures, we take a trip down to Shipwreck Bay in Zakynthos with Kevin and Dee on SV Kestrel. Jenny goes swimming in the cold water. A ride on Kevin and Dee's tender. And we continue to practice our sailing skills. So just behind us is Kevin and Dee on sailing vessel Kestrel, and we've been over to Atrocities, to a lovely little private beach over there, anchored up, and then took the dinghies ashore, and we're now just heading into Vathi, Big Vathi, where we're going to spend the night. So we're just coming into, you can see me there, we're just coming into Vathi, lovely little place. Behind us, I don't know if you can see over his shoulder, but about there somewhere is Kevin and Dee on sailing vessel Kestrel. And we're just coming in here, and we're going to be stern to in very shortly. We've just prepped all the boat, fenders out, got our lines, because it looks like we're going to be doing stern to here. So just give you a look round. This is an old ladies' prison. There's just one house on it now, I think a church, or they do weddings there or something. But that's the old prison. It's not quite Alcatraz. Maybe he's off a bit. Not a lot on there. Just that one house now. Or church, or whatever it is. Once we were settled, we decided to go for a walk around the town and see some of the local sights.
So this is Odysseus, and Steve told us that apparently he was the worst fisherman ever. He'd gone out in his boat, gone fishing, was expecting to come back. He's got his wife at home, and he went out, got lost, and was away for like 10 years. She was still hoping that he would come back, and something about knitting I don't know what they're doing, crocheting or something like that. And it was a symbol of she would never give up hope. So she was knitting this thing, hoping for him coming back, and everybody was saying, oh, he's gone, he's drowned. He did come back something like 10 years later, and he got long hair, all beard and everything like that. The only person that recognised him was his dog.
Oh, so why is his dog not on the statue then?
I don't know.
That's not fair, is it?
couple of days later we set off for Agostoli. These were the conditions when we first set off, but as the day progressed the conditions got worse. So we need to be turning into a run very shortly to get around a little bit of headland into the main estuary. So Jen's just rigging a preventer, the jibe preventer. A bit rough out here now. It's picked up with boat speed 7 knots. Winds we're gusting up to 20. We've got a bit of chop now, so nice sail. Keeps you on your toes. Suddenly out of nowhere the winds picked up to gusting 30s and the sea state got quite rough, so we had to ditch the cameras, turn into wind and get some reefs in pretty quick.
This is cold now, trying to look all relaxed. Can you see those rocks behind us?
We were miles away.
He reckons we were miles away, but I didn't think we were miles away. Yeah, bring it on a bit. But that was getting a little bit airy. Cole's not agile enough to get up there, pull that mainsail down, get it put up round. Do what? So we're now heading back. Wind's got up to about 30 odd knots really quickly. We had to get the main down, the jib in, and we were overpowered. Woo! God, a little bit hairy.
And almost as quick as the wind hit us, it eased off again. So we've got a little bit of goose winging, running down wind. We've got the boom preventer on eventually. Looking good. And we're making 4 knots in 9 knots of wind. So not too bad. So we've both been anchored over there and the Coast Guard's told us we can't moor there, anchor there, so we've had to come onto this dock. So we've just come in and it was blowing an absolute oolie, so a nice little bit of parking, mooring, but the water is very shallow here. The boat in front of us is actually touching mud, so Kevin and Dee are going to come and raft alongside of us. That's the plan. We'll have to turn the camera off though because we need all hands on deck. Morning. Well, last night was a bit restless. Wind picked up to a force 7 to 8. We've got quite a bit of chop. We've got all the fenders out down one side here, and they kept popping out. Once with a bit of slack in the water, it pop out. So it meant sitting on fender watch, and we were doing it in 2-hour shifts. So me and Kevin took it in 2-hour stints to do fender watch, and then about 2 o'clock it started to ease off a little bit, enough where we could go to bed. And then this morning, look at it, it's like a lily pond. The calm weather didn't last. The sea state got higher and higher and the winds increased again. Life jackets on.
where do I start? What a day. This has been perhaps the worst day so far. I was going to let Carl video me while I was actually crying on the back of the boat, but if he did, I think I'd have pushed him off and not picked him back up. Half the problem is that I went to bed early, but because such of the bad winds in Agostini or wherever we were all awake till 2 o'clock. But then we got up at 7 because we'd got to do a 10-hour, possibly 8 to 10-hour journey to get to where we wanted to be. So number one, that was the problem, too far. Started off fine, so 2, 3, 4. So I've had 5 hours sleep. So we get up and we set off. Weather's okay, but we knew that about 5 o'clock it'd turn again and would be quite rough. So we needed to get in for 5. So that's what I've got in my head. And we set off okay. I'm actually sailing quite nice. We've got like a close reach, 60 degrees. We're running all right. We're going fine. And then Kevin let us know that they were ahead of us and they'd come into some quite gusts of wind. So from the days before, I said, right, let's reef sailing, let's get it done. But it's just not doing it quick enough for me, and it frightens me. Anything above 20 knots of wind, and I'm just frightened. It's not doing it quick enough. So we did it. I went to the toilet, I came back out, seas like this, I'm not kidding, and I just swore. I've sworn more times on this holiday than I ever have. I've cried more on this holiday than I ever have before. So anyway, I came out. I'm not crying at this point. We're trying to put the sails in, turn into the wind, drop a sail, put a reef in.
We'd already got one reef in.
We'd already got one in. We needed to put another one in. Oh God. Anyway, we get out of it. We sort it. Carl knows what he's doing, but it's just not happening quick enough for me. I want the whole sail to drop and then go again, but I know we're not going to do that. So we get back on course and we're alright, and then of course it hits me, so I start crying like a baby. This is so... I'm not putting this on to the camera. It's been such a stressful day, so I get over that. And we're alright, we come back in. So we come into, where are we? Savito, something like that. We've got the sails down, put the bloody things down, thank God. Alright when it's on motor. So when we come back in, Kevin and Dee moor up, they got in fine. We start to moor, beautiful straight line.
We got in fine.
We got in fine. But then the anchor didn't hold. I'm on the anchor, Carl's reversing and doing all this. We've got people on the side helping us in with the lines. And we just move into their boat. We knock off their port.
No, it was fine to start with.
We were fine to start
but then
with.
we have to go back out to re-anchor.
Yeah.
But then wind blew up a
just
gale again.
Came again, and then
we ended up with a fouled anchor.
We managed to pick up their anchor. We got a fouled anchor. Oh, we talked about it in training, but do you know, doing it in the wind is quite a different matter. So thankful over this guy who worked for Sail Ionian that came round. He jumped on the boat, took over.
He jumped in the dinghy.
He jumped in the dinghy. Over. We thought he jumped over the side, and he'd actually jumped in the dinghy and managed to. We passed him a.
Free the anchor.
Yeah, we passed him a. I want to say rope, but they're not ropes, are they? But you know what I mean. We passed him a rope and he lifted the anchor off. We got that off. Wind still blowing like Billy-O. Me and Dee are pushing these fenders. We're not wanting any bit to move. We're not wanting. All I can hear is this. Or think I'm going to hear next any time is our boat moving into their boat, which didn't happen. The fenders did the work, but God and Benny, I thought I'd had enough for today, and then that happened.
And then we moved.
And then thankfully, this guy from Sail Ionian brought us round where it said in the pilot book that we couldn't go. Well, we did, because they knew the area better, and now...
And we've got a beautiful...
Wind's dropped. Fine.
And we're going for some more beer.
And we're going for some more beer. I need some food, I need some beer.
And a shower.
Carl's got to try and encourage me that I still do really want to do this. Is life a bit better today, don't?
Yeah, life is good. Fishing. Yeah, got one.
Hold it up, hang on a minute, hang on.
Yes!
Yeah, look at that!
1-0, 5 minutes, first fish.
Right, so this is my next episode of How I Feel Now. I've realised in just the short time that we've been sailing that although I've learnt a lot and the learning curve has been really steep, it's just about experience, and perhaps 90% of what we've done has been beautiful weather like it is today, and I feel really nice, really chilled. Seas are flat and calm, it's blue, it's turquoise, and I like it like this a lot better. I suppose it's just a way of the sea reminding you that you've just not got to forget how rough it is, and to not put down your guard really, and you've just got to have a few more airy moments, I think, but not quite as airy that you're that frightened that you want to cry. So yeah, that's where I am at the minute. So I've said to Carl, yeah, we can still have a boat, but there's certain points that we've got to make sure that we have, one of them being furling mainsail. That's it.
So we're still having a boat?
We're still having a boat.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching this last episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a thumbs up. If you've not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check us out on all our social media sites. See you.